Empire.
Hello and welcome to my podcast. Today I'm joined by Washington defensive end Chase Young as we talk about his recovery from a torn ACL. What movie character did he compare himself to? Thoughts on his season, some Joe Burrow talk, and his involvement with USAA and the Super Bowl. Plus, Chef Mel is here with some suggestions for your Super Bowl party. Always fun catching up with Mel. You can follow Mel on Twitter at Chef Mel 12 Tables, Chef Mel 12 Tables, or on Instagram at Chef Mel the Mel Man. You can read my work on ESPN.com, and there's plenty up there to read now. Not all of it is pleasant, but all of it is important to the future of the franchise regarding the investigation. And don't forget, you can subscribe to the Empire Media YouTube channel where you can see the interviews after listening to them. Before I play my conversation with Chase Young, I want to address the investigations or whatever's going on this week with the NFL sending letters to the Oversight Committee, etc. I will have sports lawyer Michael McCann on to discuss this topic on Monday's podcast, giving you insight into what might happen. I don't think anyone really knows, but I did ask him about whether or not this could lead to Dan Snyder's ouster. Going to have to tune in to hear what he says. But I also spoke to some who know the league well as they know Snyder and they know the league well. I'm surprised that some in the media didn't know this, but yes, other owners can vote an owner out. It would take 3/4 of the owners to do so, but there are steps that can lead to this process. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, if it reaches this point, can recommend to the NFL's executive committee to remove an owner. Goodell can use a clause that states an owner has been or is guilty of conduct detrimental to the welfare of the league or professional football. Then it goes to the NFL executive committee, which has power to compel, quote, cancellation or forfeiture of the franchise and the league of any member, club involved or implicated, end of quote, with a directive to sell the team. And then 3/4 of the owners must vote on it. They need to get, there would, in this case, be 24 of 31 owners would have to vote for his removal. We know a lot of owners don't like Snyder. That does not mean they'd vote him out. As one person who knows Snyder well said, he would go scorched earth and basically be, okay, Jerry, you want to vote me out? Here's what I'm going to reveal about you, etc. When the leaked emails between John Gruden and Bruce Allen emerged, there was considerable debate as to who leaked them. I don't know for sure who did, and nobody else does either. I've heard compelling arguments for several people. I'm not here to guess about that, but I know some who know Snyder said that it's a sort of thing they could see him doing because the goal would be get back at Bruce Allen for his role in the previous issues with the minority owners, etc. And about his belief that Allen leaked information regarding him. It would be more about playing, to be honest, more about playing checkers, getting back at someone just for the sake of doing that and not understanding the harm that it causes versus playing chess, understanding how certain moves could backfire down the road if he had gone this route, or if he indeed went this route. As some again have speculated, again, that's not my goal here. I don't know, and I'm not going to play that game in the media. Anyway, in Snyder's tenure, somebody worked at the place and had for years said that Snyder's MO was fire, aim, ready. In other words, say or do something without thinking enough about the ramifications first. Those who know him point to recent statements or actions that have been made as evidence of that sort of strategy. There's no doubt he's been a bad owner. 2 decades of proof. Look at the record. Look at the ticket sales. There's no doubt he created a miserable workplace, and allegations suggest it was worse than that, especially for females. But I also know what a lot of males told me it was like for them. It was bad, just in a different way. In a lot of ways, it's about power. People I talked to who were there a while and dealt with him can't believe what they put up with or saw. And when they look back on their time there, they kind of shake their head. Yes, the NFL clearly appears exasperated with Snyder and his legal team and how they've cooperated in this investigation. If you don't know what I'm talking about, head to ESPN.com to read the latest. There's still no proof that an exasperated Goodell will recommend Snyder's ouster. We also know that the House Oversight Committee isn't buying all that Goodell is selling when it comes to how the NFL has handled things in this situation. Clearly, this is all headed to congressional hearings. Now, that's not a statement of fact. That's an opinion. But I'm not sure folks will get the results they want from this other than seeing Snyder be more embarrassed or pilloried or even more. I do think the latest allegations provide more ammo for those who want him out. Is it enough now? It's hard to say. I don't know. More reporting needs to be done before this point. The answer from anybody I talked to was no. There wasn't enough to get him out or to get in front of owners' votes, et cetera. It didn't seem like there was that sort of movement. I don't know if there will be now. Other owners know that Snyder would try to tear them apart and tie this up in courts for years and perhaps reveal things that they just don't want revealed. I don't know. That's speculation and analysis of others as well. And Goodell being pissed at how they're handling the situation does not yet equal, okay, you're done. Goodell has also brought up the numerous changes made here to improve the culture based on the recommendations of Beth Wilkinson after her investigation. A key here will be what's in the documents that the NFL wants Snyder to hand over, and does it add to the charges or allegations that were recently made? Keep in mind that most of the people who spoke at the roundtable hearings, those testimonies were already known by the NFL. So those didn't add up to a situation where they felt they had to do something to remove Snyder. However, this is a huge issue for the NFL. It comes at a time when they want more women to get involved in the league. There are women staying away because of stories like these that expose the culture of not just here, but in the NFL, in a lot of places. Not everywhere. I can't say everywhere. I don't know that. But to think it's just here would just be kidding yourself. The difference here is in part that Snyder is a reviled owner who has overseen the downfall of an iconic brand and franchise. I'm sure those of you listening disliked him a long time. Some of you disliked him a long time ago and wanted him to sell just because he was a bad owner, and certainly in your estimation and others. This only heightens that interest. I do wonder how many want him to sell just because they hate him, using this as your hope that it might actually happen. We've seen fans twist themselves in knots defending those they love as players or owners or politicians accused of various things. I know many are simply disgusted and would feel this way regardless if he was considered a good or bad owner. Success here shouldn't matter, or success or lack of it shouldn't matter. I think all this is too is an example of why women or victims of other situations that are bad often don't come forward. They end up reliving horrible memories, and what's the end result? In this case, we don't know yet. There's a lot more to be learned. Again, a lot more to be reported. And again, Michael McCann will help break it all down on Monday's podcast. With that, let's get back to football. After this break, I'll be back with Chase Young. I caught up with the Washington defensive end recently to discuss his recovery, his thoughts on the new name, offseason plans, and Joe Burrow. He also discusses his involvement with USAA and the Super Bowl.
The moment we've been waiting for since September is finally here. In honor of the big game, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56, is giving new customers 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 to get $280 in free bets if your team wins. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in New York, meaning you can bet from almost a third of the country. If Sportsbook isn't in your state yet, play DraftKings Daily Fantasy Football Contest for Super Bowl 56. New customers can get a free shot at a $1 million top prize with their first deposit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code KEIM, K-E-I-M, and get 56-1 odds on either team. Bet just $5 and get $286 in free bets if your team wins. That's promo code KEIM at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 56.
Welcome back. Now here's my conversation with Chase Young. And before, I'm going to ask you about the USAA stuff and the tickets and all that in a couple minutes. But before we get to that point, I do want to find out, get some updates from you, how you're doing, and how that knee is coming along.
Oh yeah, John, it's coming along great, man. I'm already squatting 225.
Wow.
I'm already one leg squats with weight on my back. On the knee I hurt. I'm jumping. It's going great. I'm excited. It feels good to, I guess I haven't had an injury like this before, but it feels good to see, day to day, your hard work just pay off. I can just see my knee getting better every day.
Have you reached out to people? Because first of all, was this a scary thing for you? Because that's the knee torn ACL is a big deal. But have you reached out to others who have had that just to kind of pick your brain?
Oh yeah. My big cousin, Markel Fultz.
Oh yeah.
He had tore his ACL. And we talk on the daily anyway. But just in terms of him coming back, just motivation. Just telling me to stay focused, stay locked in. And playing football, injuries, that's just a part of the game. My mom told me, when I started, when I was young, you can get injured. Anything can happen. But it's all part of the game, and I'm excited just to see what type of person I am after I'm done this process.
And speaking of that, I mean, because everybody's going to change through every situation. So what do you think you're learning right now that just as a person, as a player, that can help you moving forward?
Yeah, I would say what I've learned is to, I guess, never look too forward. Kind of stay day to day. Stay in your skin. I guess in this process right now, just knowing that I'm gonna be a changed person on the other end. Really, I'm just working hard every day. So I like what that person's going to be like in about in a few months.
That's like, listen, life is about growth, right? And so that's always a part of it. And and just want to touch on one thing from last year, and we talked to you a little bit, but it didn't go the way that you guys thought and the way you personally thought it would, building out your success as a rookie. Was it humbling, frustrating? What was it like for you?
It was I wouldn't even say it was I guess it was a little frustrating sometimes, but it just taught me to to keep going though. That to still never stop, to still it. I mean, John, to me, nothing. I feel like I'm the type of guy, nothing can break me.
Right.
So and that's the mentality that I have. So even though that we got frustrated sometimes, even though that we didn't have the top 5 defense like we like we want to, I feel like that's why we believe in God. We have faith, and that's why God gives us a 2022 season to give us another opportunity, just to show you in the world, what we can do.
And for you, what was it like for you? Because again, I mean, everybody measures things by numbers. We get that. And it's not always accurate. But for you, what was it? Was it just personally, was it frustrating, humbling?
Yeah.
Whatever?
Yeah. I would say it was definitely frustrating sometimes. But I'm the type of guy that's never going to stop working. Everybody has hiccups in the road.
Sure.
And it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. How I plan to keep progressing is just to keep working hard and just to keep working to the person that I want to be, the Hall of Famer that I want to be one day.
One of the things recently, the other day, is the name of the team, which you already knew, the name of the team and the uniforms. But I am curious now what your thoughts are on the name and the uniforms. And they had you decked out your jersey in the white one. So what did you think?
Yeah, the white one clean. I know every away game we had this year, I'm gonna love wearing that clean, that clean. Unless we got an alternate, the black. I think the black is my favorite, but the white one and the burgundy one, I think I'm gonna like seeing those. Just every most times when we play, and I know that they're easier to slide on than our other jerseys. I know that.
Really?
If you ever put on some shoulder pads, it's not for big guys, it ain't too easy.
Chase, I played in an era where the shoulder pads were, for me, I was a safety. The shoulder pads for me were bigger than what you probably have now. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely back in the day, I already know.
I also may have had leather helmets too. So, but what did you think of the name?
I would say the name grew on me. Just seeing the jersey, seeing how everything came together. What we're going to stand for. Just being from DC. I love everything about it, and I'm ready to go take command. I'm ready to go. It be my training in Colorado. This is a time that I'm gonna use to, I call it reinventing myself.
And that's where you're spending your time training out in Colorado?
Colorado.
How does that, like, where are you training and why there?
I'm training my guy named I call him CK. We training out here, and I guess I feel like he's he's a notable guy, best in the business. When I feel like when it comes to ACLs, if he's not the best, he's one of the best. But I feel like he's the best for me. And my progress within just 2 weeks of being with him is crazy. How my body's reacting to the training and everything. So right now I'm in the mindset of Rocky Balboa. When he went to the mountains, chopping trees and things like that. So that's really my mindset. Just right now I'm starting now, blue collar, that grit, just getting that mindset. So when the seasons come up, when the season comes around, I'm gonna be ready to rock.
Well, I hope you're not running through a couple feet of snow like he had to back over in Russia.
Oh no, it's definitely it's -2 degrees right now, Don.
Oh, all right. Well, that's pretty bad. I wanted to ask you before I get to the USA stuff and the ticket giveaway. I do want to ask you about Joe Burrow because he's playing the Super Bowl and he's a former teammate of yours. First of all, like, what do you thought about what he's done this year?
Man, Joe, that dude, man. But I feel like that's something that if you went to Ohio State with Joe, like I always said in the past, no one's really surprised.
Right. Why not?
Joe is well, when you a guy's work ethic, I feel like tells who he is. And Joe was always a guy who was never afraid to work. He always wanted to be first in everything. I remember we used to have our team runs, and it was we used to have to, I guess it was competition. They used to say winner loser, and Joe, he was a guy that never wanted to lose. I seen a video the other day from an old state, and he was pulling a tire versus someone, and the dude kind of pulled him, and on the other side, and then Joe miraculously just pulled the dude all the way across the mat onto his side. So I feel like that video kind of tells, what tells who Joe Burrow is. Even not getting a start over Dwayne, having to transfer. We just knew wherever Joe went, he was going to be that guy because we knew it. We just know what type of guy. We know how he's wired.
Right.
So everything Joe does, man. I just look at it and smile.
Could you see as a player, because there was, he had that broken hand the 1 year that where he and Dwayne were kind of competing, but as a player in practice, did you go against him and could you see things even as a player in addition?
Oh yeah, Joe can deliver that rocket now. Always deliver the rocket. That was never a problem. Now with the picking the starter, I don't know what that really went into. That's above my head, but I feel like he could have started that year, too.
And just as a player, what do you remember about him?
Joe was always cool. I remember going out, even my freshman year, I had went out to a little house party. I seen Joe in there. We had a good time. We was dancing. Joe, he's a great teammate. He's just a good guy, man. Good guy that loves ball. And
he also had the ACL. Did you talk to him throughout this and about that process of coming back?
No, I haven't had a chance to. I haven't talked to him about my knee.
Right.
I've definitely hollered at Joe, but not really about my knee. Even, a lot of people that call me, they try not to, bring up my knee for real. They just try to talk to me about, the stuff to kind of take my mind.
Yeah, well, I apologize for asking about it. But the last thing with Joe, then the USA ticket giveaway. But with him, like because you were there when he hurt the knee, and you were there when he went off the field. What do you remember about that scene? Just watching him.
When someone goes down like that, only thing you can really do is pray for him. I remember when he was getting carted off, I said, "Get well." I told him, "Get well." You're on my prayers. And but even something as significant as ACL, I knew that Joe was he's mentally strong, and I never had a doubt, about Joe that with his knee, never had a doubt.
I think it's incredible what he's done in year 2 with that franchise, don't you think?
Definitely.
Yeah. So now you're part in the Super Bowl. You're giving away some tickets to his captain, Darrell Griffin. Tell me about what that experience has been like for you and what went into that.
Yeah. So, my grandfather, he was a military. He was in the military. He was in the Air Force. So I'm really excited. The military will always have a soft spot for my heart. So I'm teaming up with USAA and the National Guards Association to send Captain Darrell Griffin to the Super Bowl, him and his wife. Captain Darrell, he was in Afghanistan, he was in Germany. So I actually get to meet him at the Super Bowl. So I'm definitely excited to, talk to him and, just talk about his history and just his life.
Did you get a chance to talk to him before this, like even on the phone when he was picked?
Nah, I haven't got a chance to talk to him yet, but I'm definitely right now trying to get a hold of him for sure.
Okay.
In the process. So
it's got to be cool, but it's got to be cool to participate in this though for you. And I know because you got the connections, but is it a little bit awe-inspiring for you? Like, hey, that you're in a position where you can do something like this?
Yeah, man. It's
even in any way.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's a blessing to be able to bless others, and I feel like I'm very excited to do it. Just knowing, obviously, like I said, my grandfather. So I know he would be real proud of me.
And it's okay that his wife's an Eagles fan?
Yeah, it's all good.
The last thing with this, then, when to be part of this, how did you become a part of this this ticket giveaway? How did you become a part of it?
Well, I feel like my team, they know, they always are passing me certain ideas and things that, that I like or might want to do. And, they had, threw this one at me and, obviously they knew I was going to want to do it. I'm doing it and, I'm excited to do it. It's a blessing.
Last thing, Chase, and I really appreciate this. You had a busy offseason last year. This year you've got the rehab and all that. You did the Family Feud stuff last year. Are you doing anything along those lines this offseason, or what's it going to look like?
I'm definitely doing things, that I have to do. But, I feel like right now my main focus is my knee. Without my knee, none of those things really matter.
There you go.
So I feel like my main focus right now is just my rehab.
Chase, man, I really appreciate it. Have fun at the Super Bowl with this.
No, thank you. Have a good one.
You too. After this break, I'll be back with Chef Mel as we help you plan your Super Bowl party. Some tips for chicken wings and much more. Plus, the food habits of Landon Collins and Montez Sweat. Welcome back. Now here's my conversation with Chef Mel. All right, it's been too long, Mel. It's good.
It's been too long, John.
It is good to see you over there. And the funny thing is, because I follow you on social media, like you're all over the place. You're going here, you're going there. You're with all these horses the other day on Instagram, I think it was. Like you're
yes,
like,
man. Hey, that's nature. I love it, man. I love being around horses. I love horses.
Yeah, so what do you got going on these days? How have things been for Chef Mel?
Oh, man, everything's been good. I've been doing meal plans for everyone, just sending out meals, just trying to keep everybody healthy during this pandemic as well, and just doing private events and just feeding people as always. The mailman.
How can people find you if they want to hire you for some of those private events?
Oh, man, they could just go to my social media as well, too. My website is revamping again, but they could reach me at my number as well, too. But they can come to my social media at Chef Mel the Mailman.
Chef Mel the Mailman. There you go. And that's on Twitter and Instagram?
Yes, sir.
There you go. So what players have you added to your meal plans? What Washington players?
Oh, like right now, everybody's traveling right now, so I haven't had nobody to the season starts again. Like closer to time, guys get back in there so they can drop down that weight. So that's when everybody makes them calls.
How many of you guys are you working with now during the seasons?
During the season, it could be from 10 guys. It all depends on who are diets, restrictions, and everything they on, and what plan they want to be on.
Who was the most pickiest one you dealt with?
Well, everybody's not really picky. It's just everybody has their own way of eating. Like a lot of guys don't like vegetables. I try to like sneak in some vegetables for them. But other than that, these guys are real easy to feed and everything like that. They really know their body and really take good care of themselves.
Who doesn't like the vegetables? You got to name names here.
Oh, man. A lot of guys, man. I can just say a lot of guys, man. A lot of guys. Well, they like vegetables, but you just like the texture of it. Sometimes, like the texture of some of the vegetables, the guys don't like them.
Well, so, who are some of the guys that you've been working with for a while?
Well, I've been long term. I've been Landon. A lot of guys I've been working with. Sweat. I've been working with a lot of guys for during this time.
So with Montez, like what's his go-to for you? What is he like?
I mean, he's pretty simple. He's a pretty simple guy. He like, just basically like meat potato type of guy, that type of thing. That's about it.
How about,
really easy.
How about Landon?
Landon, he got, his diet, he changed up his diets and everything like that. Landon really take really good care of himself, how he do things and the procedure he go about. He, like when I was really working with him during the time of the last season, he was, before he had the ACL incident, he was basically cutting down on the weight, and he looks really good now. So he's been working, and then even like without me, he's been doing really good. So I'm really proud of him.
How did he, like in terms of his diet and changing? How did it change, and what is he like?
I mean, like that. I mean, like it depends. All the diet, it could be from fish, veggies, like from fish to chicken, those type of things. No red meats, no dairy. Try to keep a lot of guys off of dairy and red meat as much as possible because dairy has a lot of inflammation. I'm not a doctor, but I just basically know a lot of things about some of the things that happen when they play. If you eat like fried food and red meats, that could really flare up some inflammation in your body.
Which would these guys want to kind of avoid, don't they?
Yes. So I just recommend whoever in sports, don't do no red meat, so it's good. I love, people would love it. I like it myself, but, you got to kind of like lean off as much as possible and probably eat it one time, just kind of avoid it.
Well, if Montez is eating a lot of meat and potatoes, is he getting a lot of inflammation out of that?
No. He's doing chicken. He's not doing.
Oh, he's got chicken.
Okay. Potatoes. Yeah, meat potatoes could be chicken. I didn't say what meat. Yeah, nah.
Okay.
He's healthy too. He's really taking good care of his body. So he's really careful on what he put in his body as well.
Is that new for him? Has he always been like that, or have you been with him for a few years, or how long do you work with him? And
I've been with for a while too. I've been with him for a while, working with him. Like I said, everybody that I've been working with is basically like on and off on the off season or on season. So it depends on like when they need my meals and everything, and I deliver to them.
Cool. All right. Well, let's talk about
guy. Yeah.
What's that?
No, I said I'm looking to deliver some more meals to people, man. I'm gonna be getting with some other guys soon. I'm working on this other program to basically like get everybody completely together. I'm working with some doctors and everything that actually work with some of the players as well. So we all coming together to basically make sure that they are 100% doing what they need to do for their body.
So for like formulate a plan with doctors for the off season and the whole year?
Yeah, like for recovery, everything, just want to make sure that these guys are doing everything and seeing what foods to avoid and everything like that, and what foods to add to your diet that can actually help, like basically like certain ingredients. As I'm about to like put up a video soon about a lot of different ingredients and stuff like that to use, like, from fresh vegetables and everything, from fennel to, root vegetables, different things that basically like could really help the body 100%.
Well, I was going to ask you
about that.
Well, you definitely are about the vegetables, and like if you talk about inflammation to reduce it, is there a food that you recommend for them?
It's different ones. Which one right now?
I'm a blueberry fan for that.
Blueberry. Well, if you don't like blueberries, then what else? You gotta have.
No, that's what I do like. I like blueberries for that.
Yeah, but see, everybody don't like blueberries.
I know. So all right. So what do you recommend then? What are some of the foods you recommend to reduce the inflammation?
Well, foods like turmeric, cumin. Like I got like different ones. What else? Ginger, garlic, all that stuff. I love all that, and inside my ingredients, all that stuff actually helps with all that.
Really?
What else? It's a lot of different ingredients. I can't. Don't quote me right now, but I give back to you and all that. I'm working, like I said, I'm working on all the different ingredients
Okay,
that
cool.
help with inflation.
Cool. Well, let's turn to the Super Bowl, because that's why I want to have you on, giving us, sharing some recipes, some good Chef Mel tips to build a good
Man,
Super Bowl.
I want some of John recipes, man. I want some of that bread can chicken, man.
Hey, I think I might be doing that this Sunday for the game, doing pulled chicken out of that.
Oh man,
Maybe
nice.
some pulled chicken sliders, maybe something like that.
Man, I tell you what, man, people better get the smoke out for this game, man. I mean, like that's something like, fire up that smoker right now, get some good barbecue going, get some pulled chicken and some ribs going.
Well, what would be a couple tips from you for a good Super Bowl spread?
Like variety, like the most important thing is have some wings, and then you're gonna have the sliders. You want to have some some burgers. I do the Angus beef. I all go all Angus.
Well, what's your go-to slider? Like, how do you make your sliders? Like, what are your toppings and all that?
My toppings, my ingredients in there, I put I chop up some red onions inside of there, put some ketchup and egg in there, some mustard. So I kind of put all the ingredients inside the mixture. And then what else? I can't tell you all my ingredients in there, but I can add a little bit.
Well, you got to tempt people. Hey, listen, Mel, if you want people to order, you tempt them up here a little bit. Give them the tips, give them some hints of what they would get. So this is, they're not going to cook it like you do, but you can, so go on.
A little bit of salt and pepper, man. I mean, they go season inside the burger, and then you put that baby on and let it go. But basically, I like mine medium. I don't like my burger well done. My burger's got to be at good temp. One thing you do, anybody doing the Super Bowl burgers or sliders or whatever, do not overcook the burgers. That's the worst thing you could do, because they be dry and disgusting.
Yes, true. Do you put any sort of sauce on them? Do you use any sort of aioli sauce or anything like that?
Well, now let's see. Now, John, I got the citrus aioli sauce that I'm about to come out with. I ain't even put you onto it yet. This one right here is one of my best sauces I made so far. Is the citrus aioli sauce, man. It goes on everything, man. You can put that it's like Obey. You can put that thing on everything. It has citrus flavors to it. But I'm talking about good on wings, good on a burger, basically good on everything, man. Dip it in your fries, all that. I mean, I have a lot of. I'm about to bottle it up, man, and put it out there on the streets.
Really? All right. Well, I know you don't want to give that recipe away, so you don't have to tell us that.
Not coming out. That's my recipe, man. But one thing for sure, they're gonna really enjoy it, though.
Well, and so. Then, what about like any other tips or any other recipes? Another recipe that you can give us?
Well, tips, man, I say, like, when you're doing a Super Bowl, you want to do a spread, you want to kind of have a variety of things, chips, salsa, all the Super Bowl little things. Then you can go with some healthy items, whatever, like, some hummus, like some, no, not hummus. What is it? What I did before was I did these meatballs. I did these buffalo meatballs, chickpea meatballs. So for people that don't eat meat or try to get off of meat, but you're talking Super Bowl, man. Nobody gonna really be eating all that vegetable and all that stuff. They want some meat, chicken wings and burgers. That's one thing. And some sausages and everything. So I have like different spread. Like, so basically just have a full spread and lay it out there, man, and have everybody enjoy it. My thing is when I do like spreads like that, I want to make sure I have a variety of different things on the menu for everybody to enjoy.
With your wing.
What's your favorite Super Bowl meal?
Ribs. Simple.
One rib. You got.
Yeah, I just want ribs. I don't care beyond that. If I put ribs in, if they say ribs, and I will have I do like to eat like the cut up cucumbers and things like that during those. I do like that.
All that stuff is refreshing and everything like that.
Right.
But when you want to go to some meats and everything, you're talking ribs.
Yeah.
You're talking chicken, and my chicken wings. Man, I got different flavors for that. So I got.
All right. Well, give me one. Give me one recipe for your chicken wings, or with the flavors that you put together.
Well, man, I got like a little sweet. My General Tso's wings. I do some General Tso's sauce.
What do you do with that?
Man, I make a General Tso's sauce, and then I actually put it on the wing, toss it in the wing. I'm like, basically like how you do it is you basically like this, you fry the wing, or basically it depends on how people cook their wings. I prefer frying them, make them really crispy and everything like that, and then put that sauce on it, and then you're good to go.
You just toss it on afterwards?
Yeah, toss it on afterwards.
And what do you make? How do you make the General Tso's sauce?
I have some whiskey peach wings too. I have some.
Okay, give me that. Yeah. How do you make the whiskey peach wing sauce?
And so I get the peaches and everything, and I put it all together inside the pot, and I put the whiskey in there, and I sit here and cook it up, get it down to reduction, and then toss that baby inside the wings. And
what else do you put in there with the peaches?
I put this peach glaze in there. So I put a peach glaze in there, and I add real peaches to it. So I put the real peaches in there so you get that flavor into it. And then I season it, and I put a little spiciness to it too. So it's like a sweet and spicy wing. It's really good.
Hard to get peaches. It's hard to get peaches now, though, to do that. So
man, that's why I said like that's why I won't recommend doing peaches right now.
All right. Well, so with the General Tso's, how do you make the General Tso's sauce to then make it?
It's really sweet sauce, soy sauce. You have like different sauces that you put in there, flour. It's like a different sauce that you add on to it. It's really simple, but it's like you could get it in a bottle, or you could say and make it yourself. I recommend just getting a bottle if you don't really know how to make it. But I put like ginger. Ginger is like one of my favorite go-tos inside some in my sauces. So I put that in there and put that glaze on it. It's a wrap.
There you go.
But I definitely gotta have buffalo. You gotta have some buffalo on there. Or you gotta have some lime, some lime wings too. Not lime wings, but chipotle lime.
Okay, cool.
Those are fine. What's your go-to wings?
Garlic Parmesan.
Garlic Parmesan. Well, I knew you were gonna say something about some garlic Parmesan. See, that's what I'm saying. Between me and the ginger, and you got the garlic, man. I mean, like, there we go.
I use a Southern rub too, but the garlic Parmesan, I really enjoy as well. So and my kids like that too.
You gotta have some jerk wings too, man. You gotta have some jerk in there too.
Haven't done those in a while, but yes, though the jerk chicken can take a long time to make. It's a lot of effort, but it is good. It's really the jerk chicken that I made one time is Mike Jones and I have talked about this, but it was phenomenal. Ooh. It just took it was like a 3-day process though. So it was really a long involved process, but it was so good. So I think if you just Google best jerk recipe ever, you'll find it, and they're not lying when they say that. So anyway, Mel, listen, you got a winner for Sunday?
Man, I think I'm gonna go with Burrows, man. I'm gonna go with the Bengals, man.
It's hard to go against that guy. I picked the Rams, and I'm not sure that I fully commit to that one.
Look, check this. You picked the Rams, I picked the Bengals. Check this out. If the Rams lose, man, I need that bear can chicken, man. Like I need it to me immediately.
Well, like I said, I think I'm making it Sunday. So if I have some left over, I'll be shipping it over there too. How's that?
Sounds good to me, man.
All right, Mel, good catching up with you. That's it for this episode. Thanks to Chase Young and Chef Mel for their time, and thank you for listening. I'll be back with another episode Monday talking about this entire investigation situation with sports attorney Michael McCann, his analysis of the situation and the chances that he thinks it could lead to Dan Snyder's ouster. We'll discuss. Talk to you next time.